Hello, coding teachers. I hope you had a super week. We are just so excited this week to see so many of our children in Google Classroom. They're in Pick Code. They are ready to program. So we know that when they come to class for week 2, we're going to be able to jump right in and work on our code. We have a really exciting lesson plan. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at next week's coding lesson. It's drop by drop, building the water tracker. So you'll notice that that the students, they can follow along, encourage them to get their guides out. And again, you'll notice everything is done step by step. I like that. So the students will study what's in the yellow box. Y'all can read it together, discuss it, however you want to learn it. And then Davina left us some really good hints at the bottom. The students need these. Okay. Then there are practice problems, so they can practice what they learned. And then when you're done with the practice problem, you can click on the answers. Okay? And then you can take time to make sure they understood each answer. You see? Oh, there they are. That's practice problem 4, practice problem 5. Well, that's ready to go. Then after you have gone over the answers to the practice problems, you're ready to code. And you can see Davina has provided the steps for us, exactly what they need to do. And you can see there are 6 steps that they're doing in class with their coding. If I go to Pick Code, sure enough, it says week 2 start, and there are my steps. Step 1, step 2, and everything you're coding follows right along with the guide. So with no further ado, I am going to turn this over to Dr. Mitchell because she has some amazing tips for you. I'll see you at the end of the video.
Hi, my amazing coding teachers. Um, Welcome to Spilling the Tea Tips of the Week for you. I'm just here to share a few strategies to build our students, our girls' confidence even more, just to give you a few tips as we are teaching them to code their H2O footprinter tracker project using Python programming and on Pickcode. Whew, got that all out. Just going to share my screen. I am super excited to have this opportunity to just share a couple of tips that will be helpful and hopefully useful as you are doing the amazing things that you do with the girls. Um, Again, I'm Dr. Sonia Mitchell. I am part of the STEAM Part family as a CS curricular consultant. First things first, as my first sip of tea is definitely confidence is key. You want to make sure that you're building each and every one of these girls' confidence so that they will have a safe space to feel empowered, to try new things, and then just making coding feel fun and so much powerful. And we want to break those barriers that girls do belong in programming and tech and really demystify, like, dissolve all of those stereotypes. And we want to celebrate every win, acknowledging their progress. And really, no matter how small it is, we just want to celebrate, 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 and make that confidence level sky high to the roof. One of the tips that I want, the first tip I should say, is modeling everything live. We want to promote the habit of sharing your screen as well as the student sharing their screen in real time. This offers so much progress And then we want to run like different small pieces of code, which basically builds each and every one of the students' confidence as well. And then again, celebrate each of those successes. We want to cheer on coding as they learn. And as an example, this week there's several, and we're going to talk about that. That's one of my tips too. Um, the print statement, as well as the input, INT, and we're going to go over that as far as numbers, entering those in. And then also just building on the console of using pick code to the best of its ability. Um, Also, this coding challenge for this week is drop by drop, building the water tracker. And again, as I mentioned, our key terms with breaking down each and every one of these input, really translating it to them, explaining that it is like asking a question. Also, with the INT input, it turns the answer into a number. So, again, you want to show how the computer needs help to understand the number responses. And giving real examples, I know we have shower per week and like their bottle of water that maybe they have at school. Also, you can add in maybe shampooing their hair, washing their hands, um, maybe even washing dishes as maybe one of their um, chores at home. So, really just connecting um, the personalization of it, in which that goes to another tip as well. So, tip number 3, show key coding words. So, the easiest way, because we are teaching virtually, is to actually share it in the chat or either have it on the whiteboard. These are cues of words that they can be reminded about, as well as, excuse me, as well as them getting more and more comfortable with using these key terms and feel, again, more confident. So, tip number 4, I really and truly want to make this so powerful of celebrating bugs boldly. That's what I would like to say. So, bugs equals brilliance, not failures, but definitely brilliance. So, when they find a bug, or as we know, it is errors, we want it to be a normal part of coding. So when the bug pops up, we can say, awesome, this means that you are walking into the real developer. All right. And just normalize those mistakes as, again, as a creative process. And again, if we look at this, if they investigate, being like a detective of these skills by tracking them down, and again, cheering them on, celebrate that they have found a mistake, but now it's time to build that skill of fixing it by building problem solving confidence. And again, mistakes also proves that they are learning and they are growing. And a tip number 5, I want to encourage personalization. Now, as you are going through, and I'm going to actually put that up a little bit in a second. I'm going to show that, flip to get to that um, challenge. and be able to add the emojis. Let them add a little fun visual to their code outputs. Coding really can be creative and expressive. And then again, sharing their water saving tips, connecting the coding to their real world issues. That is all about them. Make this project so meaningful that as soon as they leave, they want to come back and be with you all to complete their project with the coding. So you want them to um, again, add emojis, fun facts, even their own, again, water saving tips. And all of this goes hand in hand. And you want to allow them to bring these brilliant ideas when they feel free to do so. So that's your weekly tea. When you teach coding, as you have been experienced, you guys are such veterans here. Um, you empower girls to be creators, thinkers, world changers, and keep spilling that good tea. Keep encouraging brilliance, and let's keep building those trackers drop by drop. And I will see you next week as well, assisting you with these particular tips. And as I mentioned, I do want to reference real quick before I leave, definitely showing you, um, making sure that you are on the coding challenge. Again, making sure it's the right one, that we are on the same page. So again, this is drop by drop, what they're going to be learning here. So again, the print statement, very important. Also, it will get them into the variables and also for user input. And hopefully next week, I'll be entered into pick code and I can actually give a short little demo. I hope again this was helpful. You guys are wonderful. Keep all the wonderful work.
Thank you, Dr. Mitchell, for giving us those amazing tips. There's so many strategies I see used in our coding classes, and I want our teachers to share some of their strategies as well. I see amazing things in our classes every single week. So we'll be sharing some of our teacher tips as well as Dr. Mitchell's tips. So have a super weekend as you're preparing, and I can't wait till next week, week 2. Let's get coding. Have a great day.